The call. I buried Malcolm. On February 21st, 1965, the phone rang in the apartment of my grandfather, Haj Hisham Jaaber. Hello? The voice on the other end of the phone. Al-Haj Malik al-Shabazz Malcolm X has been assassinated. My grandfather called out, "From Allah we belong, and to Allah we return." And he thought to himself, Haj Malik is martyred, and martyrdom places one in the ranks of the prophets. The caller asked, "When were the Muslims going to claim the body of the fallen martyr?" "I am on my way, replied Haj Hisham. He put out several calls to masjids in New York to see what steps had been taken, but as he said, not even the hoot of an owl.
We're sorry, the number you have dialed is not in service at this time.
It seemed as though the rifles had stifled the voices of outrage and courage in a time when it was needed the most, and instead, the bottomless barrel of uncertainty and fear caused waves of despair to ripple effect across the hearts of men.
Get your hand out of my pocket!
Not even the hoot of an owl. He thought to himself, this world is broken, throats are cut, injustice reigns while the blood of heroes is washed away. The waves of revolution, the shouts of protest, the flames of rebellion have all been calmed. By this time, the Muslim community in Elizabeth, New Jersey was knocking at his door. "How many are there in the entourage?" he asked. 60 thus far, with more ready and waiting." 1965 was a time of thick smoke and riot gear. The social and civil revolution in America was not escaped except through death or victory, and by any means was the mantra on both sides. My grandfather addressed the congregation. Bismillah, walhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalam ala rasulillah. My dear brothers in Islam, our duty as Muslims call upon us to take action, an action that may cause some of us not to return home. After work that next day, when he arrived back home, he found his wife visibly shaken, sitting next to the phone. Not even 24 hours and the death threats had already begun, and before he could settle into his favorite chair, the phone rang again. Hello? "If you get involved, you're gonna get the same fate as Mount. Imagine preparing for the burial of your fallen brother and your own death at the very same time. In that case, there's no one else to call except the divine. His prayer, ربنا اغفر لنا ولإخواننا الذين سبقونا بالإيمان ولا تجعل في قلوبنا غلا للذين آمنوا ربنا إنك رؤوف رحيم." Saturday, February 27th, 1965. Time for the janazah. Haj Hassan put in place a security team that would strategically blend in with the crowd. Thousands had shown up to say farewell. Upon arrival, my grandfather swept through the crowd unnoticed until he reached the captain of the police force and was safely escorted to a private space inside. He changed into his full Saudi regalia and came out to the balcony to a silent sense of awe as a scary quietness came over the entire room. He very slowly walked to the front of the closed coffin and turned to announce, "I am about to perform the janazah prayer. Allahu Akbar." Allah be his witness in that trying moment in history, a symbolic statement of struggle, courage, triumph, and victory. Allahu Akbar. The final rites of a believer are finally underway, which alleviates the charge upon the Ummah on Judgment Day. Allahu Akbar. Let the world never be mistaken about the identity of that man whose full evolution was only completed by Islam. Allahu Akbar. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. 6 strong men escorted Malcolm's coffin to the hearse as Haj Hisham made the Hajj call one last time. Labbaik Allahumma labbaik, labbaik Allahumma labbaik. Here I come, O Allah, here I come. Here I come, O Allah, here I come.